Bill Cosby was so beloved that he was dubbed America's dad, until that all changed in a truly horrific way. But it's not just the Cosby Show patriarch who has a dark side. Some of the sitcom's other big stars definitely had a few skeletons lurking in their closets as well. Bill Cosby's reign as America's dad famously came crumbling down amidst allegations of sexual misconduct spanning decades. According to CNN, more than 50 women have since leveled allegations at the comedian, including various claims of drugging and assault. But there only needed to be one to send the octogenarian to prison. Andrea Constand, a Temple University staffer who worked with the women's basketball team, was the first person to publicly accuse Cosby. According to reports from CNN and Vulture, she claimed that in 2004, the comedian gave her medication to, quote, ease her anxiety that made her dizzy before he sexually assaulted her. In an incident that occurred the following year, she also accused Cosby of, quote, inappropriate touching. Cosby was charged with sexual assault in 2015, but according to TMZ, the initial case ended in a mistrial in 2017 because the jury was deadlocked. During the retrial in 2018, Constand and 5 women who claimed to have also been drugged and sexually assaulted gave their testimony. Cosby was ultimately convicted of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. The sitcom star was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. Speaking with Black Press USA just months after his sentencing, Cosby said he would not show remorse during any upcoming parole hearings and still maintained his innocence. Lisa Bonet and America's disgraced dad famously didn't get along. Though the star remained mum throughout most of Cosby's trial, Bonet finally tore into him in March 2018, telling Net-a-Porter, "There was no knowledge on my part about his specific actions, but there was just energy, and that type of sinister shadow energy cannot be concealed. I don't need to say I told you so." Bonet was somewhat of a black sheep among her TV family, but mostly because she pushed the creative envelope and didn't fall in line with what Cosby expected of a sitcom star on network television. She showed up late, and her topless spread in Interview magazine rankled Cosby's feathers. In 1987, Bonet appeared in the film Angel Heart, where she shot a risque blood-soaked scene with Mickey Rourke that, according to the New York Times, initially earned the film an X rating. According to Jezebel, rumors claim that her antics got her relegated to A Different World, the college-centered Cosby Show spin-off. She later revealed to David Letterman her reason for taking the gig.
Now, what is that about? Why would you want to do that?
Because they told me to.
Bonet wasn't the only cast member to claim Cosby brought bad vibes to the set of The Cosby Show. Joseph C. Phillips, who played Denise's husband, Martin Kendall, revealed that the whole cast knew about the comedian's alleged indiscretions. In 2015, as allegations began to surface, Phillips penned a now-deleted blog post on his website titled, "Of Course Bill Cosby is Guilty." In it, he made various shocking claims, including, "You didn't have to see it or hear it to know that it existed." This isn't the first time Cosby's double life made headlines. By some accounts, it's something the comedian has been trying to cover up for years. According to Page 6, the sitcom star narrowly avoided scandal when he personally leaked a story about his then 23-year-old daughter's struggle with drug and alcohol abuse to the tabloids in 1989. So why would he do that? The report alleges that it was an attempt to bury a National Enquirer story about the star, quote, swinging with Sammy Davis Jr. and some showgirls in Las Vegas. When the Enquirer called Cosby for a comment, he reportedly fed them his daughter's sob story to run instead. A source told Page 6, "My editor told me that Daddy Cosby was the source. He ratted out his flesh and blood." When the sexual assault and misconduct allegations against Bill Cosby led to The Cosby Show being pulled from reruns, things got tough for Jeffrey Owens, who played Sandra Huxtable's husband, Elvin Thibodeau. No reruns means no residuals, and the actor was forced to pick up a day job at Trader Joe's. His new gig was discovered by a fan who snapped a photo and submitted it to the tabloids. The story quickly went viral. Speaking with Good Morning America, Owens admitted that he had worked at the grocery store for 15 months and was, quote, really devastated when the pictures surfaced online. He didn't want the entertainment industry to think that he wasn't pursuing his passion just because he had a day job.
And you got to do what you got to do. I wanted a job that I could have some flexibility, try to stay in the business.
Apparently, the tabloid's attempt to shame Owens completely backfired, and he was met with an outpouring of support from his Hollywood peers. Fellow actor Terry Crews admitted that he swept floors after the NFL, and Harry Potter star Chris Rankin revealed that he worked at a Wetherspoons after his gig as Percy Weasley. There's no shame in the hustle. Sabrina Le Beauf, who played Sandra Huxtable, was less than thrilled with her role. In fact, it kind of seems like she was embarrassed by The Cosby Show altogether, and this was particularly evident when the star tried to pivot to theater while still under contract with NBC. In a 1989 interview with The Washington Post, the actress boldly admitted, "Working in television, you do not have the opportunity most times to do what you are capable of doing. Having been on the show for 5 years, I have not been able to do what I am capable of doing. I feel cheated that 55 million people a week watch something that is not my best work." At the time, Le Beauf was in a nasty battle with producers who threatened to withhold her pay if she didn't show up to set. She had only appeared in 5 of the 25 episodes that season and didn't understand why she had to be there if her character wasn't actually scheduled to appear, explaining, "That is not working. You can't tell me we want you here and be here for us if I'm not going to work." Eventually, she secured an agreement that made it possible for her to do a production of As You Like It at the Folger Theater. Malcolm Jamal Warner didn't have any distinct problems on The Cosby Show. Issues only emerged after the series ended in 1992, and the star got his own comedy series in 1996. He told NPR, "Doing Malcolm and Eddie was probably the 4 most miserable years of my life." Why? There was a huge creative divide. The star had just come from a sitcom lauded for its progressive portrayal of black families and thrown into a series that was peppered with racial stereotypes and, quote, obvious comedy. In an episode of People TV's Couch Surfing, Warner revealed that he fought with pretty much everyone working on the series, particularly Eddie Griffin, who often used racial cliches for laughs.
There was a particular vision they had for the show, which was different from the vision I had from the show.
Fans, of course, were none the wiser. Not a stitch of animosity showed through in Warner and Griffin's performance. By 2016, Rudy Huxtable was all grown up and dealing with problems a lot deeper than The Cosby Show ever prepared her for. In an Entertainment Tonight exclusive, Keshia Knight Pulliam broke down in tears and revealed the heartbreaking details of her tumultuous marriage to former NFL player Ed Hartwell.
It's like, this isn't working. But all I heard was I filed for divorce this morning and I'm coming to get my stuff.
The pair had been married for about 7 months when Pulliam announced she was pregnant. 10 days after the announcement, Entertainment Tonight reported that the former football star filed for divorce, and according to TMZ, he wanted the actress to take a paternity test. This was a bold move, considering that Hartwell reportedly owned up to living with his lover, Tanya Carroll, who was also pregnant with his child during the divorce trial less than a year later. Things with Pulliam's split got far more harrowing than the painful revelation that her husband had a secret lover. According to TMZ, the actress's divorce documents claimed that Hartwell was, quote, plotting to harm and obstruct her pregnancy with, quote, certain underhanded and unusual conduct that could potentially cause a miscarriage. She didn't specify what that behavior was, but she did claim to feel unsafe because Hartwell owned numerous firearms. A year after Hartwell finally admitted in court documents that he was the father of Pulliam's child, the Cosby Show star was given primary custody. Lisa Bonet's time with her Cosby Show spinoff A Different World abruptly ended when she became pregnant with daughter Zoe Kravitz. Though producer Debbie Allen went to bat for the star and tried to work in a storyline that involved her pregnancy, Bill Cosby allegedly wasn't having it. Years later, Bonet was still causing controversy, or at the very least, embarrassing her daughter. During an appearance on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, high-fidelity star Zoe Kravitz admitted that Bonet and father Lenny Kravitz had a strict but bohemian parenting style. When they gave her the talk, they also gave her drugs in hopes that it would stave off her desire to round the bases.
And I think the drug and sex talk was, here's some drugs, don't have sex yet.
In an interview with Rolling Stone, the actress elaborated about her first experience with weed. She admitted that her mom offered to smoke a joint with her when she first discovered her daughter's interest. Similarly, her rocker dad has always been an outspoken cannabis activist. In a 2017 High Times interview, the Are You Gonna Go My Way singer said that he, quote, never got into heroin or coke or pills, but that he regularly used weed along with, quote, a natural psychedelic here or there. During The Cosby Show's heyday, Malcolm Jamal Warner shacked up with Michelle Thomas, who played his character's girlfriend, Justine Phillips. It was one of those cute on- and off-screen romances that the tabloids loved, but their relationship went the way of most co-star flings in that they broke up. But their love never actually wavered. According to People, when Thomas was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and nearing the end of her battle in 1998, Warner flew across the country to be by her bedside. That's when Thomas spoke two of the last words she would ever say to Warner, elephant juice. Warner explained, "Looks like you're saying I love you. That was always our thing. When I saw her, I said elephant juice. She smiled and said elephant juice." Thomas passed away the morning after Warner arrived at just 30 years old. It was 2 days before Christmas. Before Raven-Symoné ever told the future with her hit Disney Channel show That's So Raven, she made a name for herself on The Cosby Show as a tiny tot. Raven played Olivia Kendall, Denise's adorable stepdaughter. But today she's all grown up and causing outrage among internet users everywhere. Beyond the Watermelon Drea moment that rocked The View, Symoné faced major backlash by seemingly disowning her own ethnicity on national television. In a 2014 interview with Oprah Winfrey, the star admitted,
"I'm tired of being labeled. I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm an American."
Winfrey immediately shook her head and urged Symoné to not, quote, set up the Twitter on fire. After the intense backlash, Symoné defended herself in an interview with BuzzFeed News' AM2DM, saying, "I didn't say I wasn't black. I'm black. My passport says American. Trust me, I know I'm black. There's just a difference. There are many African Americans, especially in 2018, that come over from Africa and come here and need the green card. You're the first generation African American." That's how I look at that title. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.